I was the prototype for marketing when it came to the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I fell for that 11 times.
I think you fell for it for good reason.
If you get caught up in the nostalgia of Mike Tyson, and you're just like, man, what if? What if he just knocks this motherfucker out, dude? And hats off to Jake Paul. Again, marketing, like maybe the best of our generation.
Probably.
That's without thinking about it a little, too much, but maybe the best of our generation.
I mean, you got Dave Portnoy, Dana White, Jake Paul. When you think about marketing and getting people to go and put their eyes on the product you've produced.
But not only that, like Jake has done it for such a long time. Maybe before Vine, but I'm remembering him on Vine.
He was on Disney Channel.
He's on YouTube to where he makes a YouTube video every day, but he's been such a young hustler for as long as I can remember, starting from Vine. And it's like, he's been able to not only create content, market, make products, sell product, but to get into the world of becoming a boxer, an athlete, somebody that whether or not he's boxed the pros, the best, like he's still in the 1 percentile of like becoming an athlete. And to put his head down and do that and make a name for himself there, create his own promotion from it is insane, bro.
Wild.
Dude. Bro,
he is big. He and legit, like Jake Paul and even Logan Paul too are like the friends in every group in high school that was like kind of just good at everything. And they just decided, oh, we're just going to keep doing the things we're good at. And they just continue the production part of it. Cause like if it was me and I'm like watching, like, no, I didn't like the rolling out in the car. I love the fact that it was a Chevy.
Yeah.
He's wearing $1 million outfit. That has to be said on the Netflix production. Cause he had to make sure that, hey, make sure everyone knows I'm wearing $1 million walking out of here. Like all that stuff for me, it's not for me, but it allows everyone watching it, whether you like it or don't like it, to like to want to put your eyes on it for him to either lose or you love him and you want him to win. And the boxers get so mad, like real boxers. I put that in quotations, like real boxers, like, well, he's not a real boxer. It's like, he is getting 60 million people to watch him fight. That's as real as it gets.
Yeah, but if you're a pro boxer, I'd be mad too. I'd be the same.
You'd be salty.
The chaos of it all, I get it all, and it's amazing to see because I want him to fight a real boxer and get knocked out. You know what I mean? But he's able to control all of it and leverage all of these different things, and it's fascinating to watch. It truly is. He understands how to troll. He gets all of it, bro. He gets it all.
This is the craziest stat. It was 6.6 million people were watching Antonio Brown's live stream of the video board in Dallas. And that is, so Jake Paul tweeted, more people watched an illegal stream of my fight with Mike Tyson than what the NBA playoffs averaged in 2024.
That's fucking wild.
Nuts. Man.
That's wild.
And he's great at trolling. Cause it's like if he fought a real fighter, like I want to say a champion called him out, right? Some champion, I think, was like calling him out or something like that.
Right. And he's got like a crazy amount of knockouts, like 27 wins and 24 knockouts. I saw something like that.
And he controls it by saying like, I run this sport, and it's beautiful.
It is.
And I want him to get knocked out. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And also, Mike Tyson, it was heartbreaking to see. And it's not that heartbreaking because if you really think about it, a 58-year-old man got into a ring and threw punches with a guy for 8 rounds of 2 minutes each. Like, if you took any other 58-year-old guy, that's an impressive feat. That's awesome. Didn't take a whole lot of punishment. Good on Jake Paul for understanding towards the end of that fight that it was over. If he started wailing on Mike, I think it turns into a way more of a shit show for Jake. But he ended up.
I disagree. I think he stays away because if he starts to swing on Mike, that's the only opportunity Mike's going to have is to come up and hit him.
No, but I'm saying at the end, when like it's obviously over, and Jake's kind of just like tapping him a little bit, like we're gonna get to the end of this like 7th and 8th round, like we know it's done. Mike's no longer trying anymore. Yeah, Jake starts bowing to him, and Mike puts his hands down and goes to put his glove out to shake his hand. Because like, Mike just did it for money.
Mike couldn't hit him. So if you start to smother him or get close to him, that's the only opportunity Mike would have had. Like I was hoping Jake would press him because that was Mike's only shot. Because he's playing with him from the outside. Mike just couldn't. They were talking about during the thing with Roy Jones Jr. and the commentator outside of him chewing on his mouthpiece the whole time. But he just didn't have the legs to like explode. This is going to sound weird. Explode inside.
Yeah.
Like, get inside him and throw some hooks. Like do what Mike Tyson does. He just doesn't have that.
I get it. I mean, at the end of the day, they both won. Like Jake Paul won his fight. They had a whole bunch of views. Mike Tyson got paid. A big loser, it seems like, was Netflix. Netflix got-
Maybe.
Yeah.
They can turn it around now. Like they got the games on Christmas. Like, yeah, that was a shit show.
it was a good test. It was a good test for them. And obviously,
Right,
a
they're gonna
lot of
test it
people
out,
coming
they'll get
in.
better from it.
The Wi-Fi just wasn't working great, which is funny too, because JP and I, we were watching the fight together in my hotel room, and we had one moment where it was like doing the little spinning circle of death. But other than that, we're just looking at Twitter and people getting mad on Twitter, but we had no problem at all.
Bro,
Mainly
it was
Will.
pausing.
Yeah, it really was just Will calling Netflix gay.
It was pausing so many times. I saw comments being like, hey, you watch it on your phone. So I pulled it up on my phone. My phone was smooth.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, everybody was shitting on Netflix. It's talked about so much that the next time I have it, because it's going to be on Christmas Day, they're going to get another shot at doing it. But everybody wins in that whole thing. I remember when it got announced and they're at the top and it was like a helicopter came down, I think the way they announced the fight. And I was kind of like, I mean, this is fucking stupid. I'm not watching this shit. And then a few days out, bro, especially when Mike slapped him.
We played
Because
our
there
day
was-
around it. We
there
played
was
our day around it
there
on
was a
Friday.
millisecond that Jake, he buckled for a second. He's just able to stand up and then it all came to him.
Yeah. Wait, you see him with the slap when he stepped on his toe?
Yeah, bro.
You think Jake was wobbly over that slap?
Not wobbly. I think he got buckled for a millisecond, bro. Like, and was just able to stand there. I think either way, he slapped him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Turned his head and everything else. In that moment, I went on to YouTube, watched some old Mike
$1,000
Tyson
bet.
footage, and I'm like,
He
"Mike can do
it.
this.
But
Mike can do
did
this
you,
thing."
Did you put on the Roy Jones Jr. fight from 2 years ago?
I can't do that.
No,
I watched
yeah,
that
but
fight.
you
I
watch-
watched that fight.
Yeah, you watch, but if you watch that, you're like, obviously 2 years later, Mike is not going to all of a sudden be wildly improved from that.
When you watch his training, I was like, maybe he's got to.
Yeah, but you could easily
Because the Roy one, that was I mean, this one's a money grab too, but him and Roy were just putting on a show. Like, Mike's been in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's been in the dark for 6 to 8 months. And
Just
maybe he
grinding.
just got that killer, like, I need chaos. Yeah, it sucked.
He did it. Hey, listen, and I found out through this process. We kind of knew this, but Mike Tyson might be the GOAT of quotes. Because you go down the rabbit hole of him talking about walking to the ring, how he's terrified, then all of a sudden he's a god.
Yeah.
That little 14-year-old kid asked him a question, hey, what's your legacy like? And he's like, legacy's just a word. Like talking to a child, saying when you die, that's fucking it. And nothing else happens. You're just like,
And she's
yo.
kind of standing there, like, nodding her
She's
head.
she literally goes, oh, no one's ever given me that answer before. Thank you. Like, handle it like a pro. Whoever that girl is, she's going to be the most electric reporter someday. She handled that like an absolute pro. But this dude just speaks. Like, he just speaks and he says says things and you're like, what is Mike Tyson saying? And then all of a sudden, he just takes a golden nugget out of his back pocket and hands it to you and you're like, I'm taking this the rest of my life.
I'm
the
going to fuck you
rest of
till
my
you love
life.
me.
Yeah.
Pause.
Pussy.
Yeah.
The biggest loser of the night might have been Sherm.
Yeah. Fuck you.
What was the deal? What was going on?
What happened with Sherm? What happened?
What are we talking about?
yeah, Sherm. That was fucking wild.
Oh, you're talking about him trolling.
Shut the fuck.
Sherm, why?
I don't-
Why did you do that?
You know, I was bored. My wife was asleep.
So hang on for perspective for everybody listening. Sherm on Friday, since Netflix was having such a problem, the women's fight was still happening, and Sherm's tweeting like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting. He's like, "Oh, it was a tough round one. He hit him a little, he clipped him a little bit. Here's what they're saying in the corner." He's tweeting like the fight is actually going on and pissing people off. And everybody's like, in our group chat lights up. Everybody's like, "Hey, everybody block Sherm. He's being an asshole." So
Well,
Sherm, why were you being an asshole?
the beautiful thing about the internet is if you don't want to see the content, you can unfollow, and that's what happened that night.
How many?
I lost
followers?
like 60 in maybe 10 minutes. I lost 60 followers, but I was also slowly gaining followers because some people liked the bit.
You
They
know what
thought
he
it was
told-
funny.
Right?
Okay,
It's not
you
going to be
like
for
the
everybody.
bit.
It's not going
It's
to be for
not for
Keep
everybody.
swinging.
Were you getting traction
Yes.
on there?
I was out.
6 likes is the highest one.
And you know what too? I was talking to Sherm about it. He was like, "Oh, the guys who liked it, like they were DMing me, like keep going, keep going." I'm like, "So how'd it go?" He's like, "I mean, the same people just like the." So I'm like, "All right, so you were just entertaining a few people."
There was only one that didn't receive a single like, and that one read, if you don't mind, can I read that one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sir Yonsel, the Dark One, has entered the ring. Has entered the ring to claim his birthright and throne. Tyson and Paul look stunned heading into round 7. Hashtag Tyson Paul. I was a little shocked that one didn't get a whole lot of traction. I thought that was
How
funny.
many? What was the stats on that one?
0.
One like.
I think that was
Probably
one of my
you.
burners. Yeah, I think that was one of my
I think
burners.
that's one of my
like that.
burners.
So
Yeah.
Sherm, is it fair to say, hey, if people on here listen and you want to go follow Sherm Stew _2,
Yeah,
it's
great
fair to say,
follow.
hey, Great follow if you want to go see somebody just being an asshole and a troll all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But we have a lot of fun. We talk, some college football. We also talk bussing. So come on down. Shermstew_2.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna say negative things that Sherman did, I'll give a positive to Sherman. Last night I have an obsession on Instagram with the videos that say like ladies when I like it's like a little quote says ladies when I go I want to go peacefully, and it's a when you call my, and then it's like a scene from Halo or Jon Snow pulling a sword out against all the people riding against him, and then it just says men. And I, for whatever reason, every time I see one of those videos on Instagram, I like have to watch it and I get goosebumps every time. And I had Sherm make one for the Chandler Oliveira fight that I just posted a couple of seconds ago. And I loved it. And you woke up from a nap. I called you. I was at a birthday party.
Yep.
And you got up and you got it done quickly.
Yeah,
So
we
I
got
appreciate
done.
you doing that.
We got done. And honestly, it worked perfectly with the Chandler fight. Like, it actually looks sick. You are 2 for 2 on that
Thank
meme
you.
template.
I do. I love that meme.
Yeah.
I love that meme. It's probably my favorite one out there right now.
And it's hitting right now.
Thank you.
So we'll just ride the wave.
We'll just ride the wave.
You don't
all
like the
way through.
content? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just unfollow.
Take
That's okay.
positive. Hey, take the pros and the cons, put them all together, brother. Hopefully it balances out to positive.
Hey, Taylor, you've already done this meme. Why are you posting this meme all the time?
You're
Hey,
a pussy, Taylor. All right,
Thanks.
man. Cool.
Thanks for the comment.
Thank you for commenting.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate you. Thank you for my algorithm going up.
Absolutely.
But yeah, anyway, dude. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I think Netflix is going to be super smooth at Christmas time. They probably saw
Yeah,
that.
they will.
And everybody talking about Netflix too. It's like what you want. Like there's no bad publicity when it comes to any of these streaming platforms. You
There
just let it
probably won't
happen.
be nearly as many viewers from the Netflix NFL stream. I think that's
Yeah.
probably why there was
It'll still be
such
big,
an
though.
influx. Yeah, it'll be big, but it probably won't even be. It'll be like 20% of the viewership, I think.
Yeah, I mean 60 million people,
Yeah,
which is wild. That
Netflix
Jake Paul
will
said
be like
120 right after the
4
fight.
million maybe.
Hey, how about those two girls fighting before the Paul fight?
What a fight.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Did Serrano
The fight
get
of the night.
Serrano
Serrano
get-
got screwed,
Serrano
bro.
got screwed in a big way.
epic fight though.
And obviously, I don't follow boxing and don't know anything about it. But like, apparently, this Taylor girl, they were saying during the broadcast, this Taylor girl loves to like come in with the head, and multiple fighters. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Multiple fights, she's cut her opponent's eye. Like this has happened over and over and over again, where it's like no longer a coincidence. And dude, Serrano's, I don't know if it was her dad or it was her trainer taking the mic and just owning it for a little bit. It's like, oh, this dude is doing exactly what he needs to do. But that Serrano chick really got.
Yeah, when he grabbed the mic and
Yeah.
started speaking, it too. Like again, I don't follow boxing that much either, but it seems like the way Serrano lost on the cards and everything else, it seems like this is typical boxing fashion.
Typical.
Like fighters getting screwed. Who knows what
Dominated her, man. And
she was coming alive though. Like Taylor was. There were
It was-
some rounds,
there
especially at
there
the
were
end.
good throws. There were good throws both
Especially at
ways.
the end, it was kind of like, oh shit, Taylor might be
Right.
having a little comeback here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. The
Yeah.
stats were.
And I love the fact that obviously you want the health and safety of the fighter, so now we got the disclosure out of the way. But I love that they let the fight keep going, because when that cut happened, JP, who's like my fighting expert, that when I'm around him, he gives me all the information. He's like, oh, they're gonna call it. They should call it. On the broadcast, they were talking about calling it. You could hear hot mics in the back saying, "Ref, call it." And they ended up not doing it, which was awesome, because like for me, just as like a person viewing it, I'm like, I want to see how this ends.
Yeah, I mean, she's a gladiator.
A gladiator.
The Italian chick in the Olympics would have quit, but not Serrano.
Bro, the fucking camera placement when she is getting interviewed and the black chick with her tits just hanging out just over her right shoulder. Funniest thing in the world, dude. It is the funniest. Look at that. Just the cleavage right there is just wild. Being asked questions about her fighting career. And there's
I
just a
think
pair of tits
there
just
was
hanging
like
out.
I think I saw a meme with that too, where like they're saying this cut is massive, but not talking about the cut of Serrano.
Yeah.
The cleavage.
And also Mike Tyson, the cameraman getting Tyson's cheeks in the locker room, bro. How wild is that?
That was awesome.
That was. Shout out Mike Tyson though. Definitely still squats.
Yeah.
Definitely still squats.
And shout out the local YMCA. Like that is a scene when, especially when you're young and just getting introduced to these locker rooms at the YMCA where you go and you just see these old men walking around butt ass naked and you're thinking, what in the fuck is going on here?
My
You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm saying.